Is up, gamers? You know, Snow Godzilla. Yeah, that one guy I use for my edits. So, I'm gonna explain you the story behind him. So, what if Godzilla was the first ever kaiju? So, it starts out with Shimo going to Tiamat's lair, making the ice there, because why else? And when she's there, she sees a Godzilla there. And the Godzilla is laying in the ice trying to evolve. So, when Shimo leaves, her DNA is still in the ice. So that lone Godzilla was able to absorb the energy of the kaiju Shimo. So, yeah. So, he came out. He was now the forbidden kaiju, Snow Godzilla. Hello guys, so you must be wondering where I was making this what if, and also I posted the first part and the trailer for this part on a different channel, so I'll leave the link in the description. Bye! So, this Godzilla, after absorbing Shimo's DNA, roars out of the ice, not blue, but white, pale. But what the Godzilla didn't know was the ancient Titan war of Kongs and Godzillas just started. The fight was brutal, every Godzilla for itself, but all the ruckus caused one being of the Snow Godzilla appeared to stop the chaos. One of the monkeys, the most powerful one that the monkeys have sent out yet, stares down Snow Godzilla, wondering what type of Godzilla this was, but Snow Godzilla didn't give it a second, and it breathed its atomic breath on it. Snow Godzilla stares at the creature now dead in front of its eyes. Weak, it fought. Even though it just killed one of the most powerful apes of the ape armies, it still felt for more power. And it felt something close. It was Shimo. Shimo looked with disgust at Snow Godzilla, thinking, "This is the creature that I made with my own DNA. Pathetic Godzilla." Shimo and Snow Godzilla look at each other, frustrated about the fight, but something on the other side of the battlefield glows. Another Godzilla, aka Godzilla, was staring at them. He killed a few apes right before staring at them, wondering why they were about to fight. Snow Godzilla, wondering why this beast of its kind was staring at it, roared at it, glowing up a beam. And then a giant ape, one of the strongest, a bone ape that can absorb power from a Godzilla, attacked Godzilla. Shimo, so little Godzilla with my DNA. You really think you're so much stronger than the others? Prove it to me. Show me your strength. Snow Godzilla looks at Shimo, curious. It then shows her the blood of the ape that he just killed moments ago, brutally. "Why, how delicate of a creature you are. Even though you're the same as me, elegant kaiju, you still kill like a Godzilla. So, you are strong, child." Well, with Godzilla, he just defeated the power thing, pushing him back. He stares at Snow Godzilla, wondering why he looks so different than every other Godzilla he's ever saw. He also wondered why he was talking to Shimo, the singularity. Weird, he thought. Snow Godzilla looks at Godzilla, wondering what he wants, but Shimo says, "Attack." Godzilla prepares his beam, wondering why Shimo's commanding this Gojira of his kind. He then starts to attack. Snow Godzilla being controlled by Shimo due to her DNA being inside his evolution. He listens, slamming into Godzilla. He then spams a beam into his mouth. Shimo is glad. Happy. She says, "Good. You are a strong Gojira after all. I thought you were a weak one, but it looks like my DNA really did help you out." "You would be weak without me, so let me kill Gojira, and I will let you live, pathetic." Snow Godzilla looks at her curious, crazy. He wondered why Shimo thought that he was weak when he wasn't. He was able to push around Gojiras and kill the strongest of apes. So he never knew why Shimo thought he was the weakest kaiju of them all when he was probably the strongest. So he didn't listen. He attacked her. And he won. "You foul beast, get off me. I'm not a toy. Get off me, stupid creature. You wouldn't even be alive without my DNA, so get off me. I swear, I will destroy you someday." Snow Godzilla leaves Shimo alone, going into the water, swimming away inside of Hollow Earth. Excited, curious, crazy for the next time he meets Shimo and others. After Snow Godzilla left Shimo alone, Godzilla and other kaijus fought Ghidorah, who invaded Earth. But right as they were about to seal Ghidorah in ice, "Shimo, fire ice breath now!" "Sure, I'll fire it." But Snow Godzilla intercepted the blast, taking it in, absorbing more energy and DNA from Shimo. "What the heck, Gojira? You can't do this. We have to kill the gosh dang Ghidorah. Let me fire one again." Shimo's ice breath hits Ghidorah, freezing him over, leaving him to be frozen into the cave in Antarctica forever. Scar King and his army of apes were attacking the surface area to attack the Godzillas, he said. But Godzilla managed to fire atomic breath to the Hollow Earth, down into a forbidden land where Shimo, Snow Godzilla, and the others rested, sealing Scar King away forever. Godzilla leaves Shimo to take rule and kill all the apes, but the apes managed to capture her and control her with a crystal they found, which Shimo didn't like but obeyed anyway to the crystal. No, Godzilla sensed the gosh dang energy of Shimo being controlled, and he traveled to the kingdom. Snow Godzilla, sensing Shimo, goes to the Scar King's apes, and then he asked why they were controlling Shimo. So Snow Godzilla breaks the chains of Shimo's easily, firing breath, freezing all the apes that were holding her back. And then he roars in victory, but Shimo attacks him. Snow Godzilla didn't know why Shimo was attacking him. He didn't know that he saw Scar King with his whip and his crystal controlling Shimo. So he knew what he had to do. Right as Snow Godzilla released his beam, the champion of the apes, wearing Gojira armor, tries to absorb it. He absorbs the radiation, but he's left frozen, cold. "This ape is wearing my species' goddamn body. How fucking ignorant. I will kill him and his whole family. I'll kill all the apes that do this. The champion ape right hooks Snow Godzilla with all the radiation he absorbed, but Snow Godzilla takes it like a champ. Scar King roars in disgust, commanding Shimo to attack Snow Godzilla. Shimo does, slamming into Snow Godzilla, roaring in his face. Snow Godzilla sees Shimo being controlled by Scar King, and he tries. Snow Godzilla, feeling pain in his gut from being slammed and punched, he charges up something that Shimo's DNA allows him to do. He powers up, and he starts to fire off a pulse. An Arctic, cold, soulless pulse. Scar King was frozen, so was his army. Snow Godzilla walks away. Seeing Shimo on the floor, he walks up to her. I guess you're not all that weak, Gojira. Since you saved me from these awful apes, I'll let you have more of my DNA. After Snow Godzilla absorbs more of Shimo's energy, he lies by her side, comfortable. He sleeps, but then, after a long nap, he walks away, sensing danger somewhere else. Snow Godzilla, being the curious kaiju he is, he ventures out. Just before he leaves out, he nuzzles Shimo, letting her know he was leaving. And when he leaves and discovers something, it was a black hole, a travel gate of the hollow earth. Out came Violet, Amethyst, Ghidorah. It was different from the Ghidorah Snow Godzilla sealed away with Shimo and Godzilla. It shoots its amethyst rays at Snow Godzilla, hurting him. Snow Godzilla roars out in pain from the blast. Amethyst Ghidorah roars, gaining the size advantage. He slams into Godzilla, but Snow Godzilla shoots his ice beam, freezing his wings. And then he blasts at his chest. Blast was full power. Everything Snow Godzilla had into that one blast. Amethyst Ghidorah screeched in pain. It then prepared to fly away, and it flew away above good Snow Godzilla. Ghidorah's amethyst rays hurt Snow Godzilla. He roared in pain. He looked up at Ghidorah, and then Ghidorah looked back at him. Snow Godzilla then prepared something he didn't want to use. Amethyst Ghidorah takes the pulse twice. He screeches in pain, roaring at Godzilla, flying away, frozen, hurt. The male Muta was just hatched in Tokyo Bay, screaming. But when it attracts and hears the female Muta, something down beneath the Earth's crust in hollow Earth hears it screeches. Before Godzilla even wakes up, another predator hears him. Snow Godzilla appears, roaring at male Muto. He runs at male Muto, slamming him into the factory. He then bites the male Muto's neck, throwing him into the other buildings. The male Muto screeches in pain as it's slammed through the buildings. It takes off, flying away into the USA, finding its mate, the female Muto. Muto was causing destruction in the US, but this awakens Godzilla. He feels the energy and radiation of the Mutos coming towards him, but he also felt another presence, almost overwhelming with radiation and power coming towards them. Snow Godzilla appears, roaring at the female Muto. He slams her like the Prime. He then kicks her face. He grips her neck, biting her. He then atomics breath straight through her skull, killing her instantly. The male screeches as its partner is killed in front of him. He flies at Snow Godzilla and trying to kill him. He impedes on his skull, but Snow Godzilla gets a grip of him. Snow Godzilla grabs the male Muto, slicing and biting off the wings. He then bites off the head, and then atomics breaths the body out of existence. Godzilla looks at this Gojira of its species, disgusted by the way it killed these Mutos, though appreciating the help from it. It looked way weirder and more distinct than any other Gojira, and then he remembered Snow Godzilla from the ancient wars. Ghidorah was frozen in the ice after being defeated by the ancient Gojiras and shimos back then. But now it thawed out, and the humans released Ghidorah for their bidding. Ghidorah roars in the volcano, doing an alpha call, calling all kaijus to be awoken. But this backfires, awakening a force he didn't want to mess with, Snow Godzilla. Was destroying Italy, controlled by Ghidorah, and then something appeared. Snow Godzilla jumped out of the water, staring down Scylla. Godzilla roars at Scylla. He then bites her shell, instantly ripping off, doesn't care about if it was a shell. He then instantly rips her in half, and then beams her body out of existence, only a puddle of blood. He then goes back into the water, swimming out for the other kaijus on the loose. Behemoth was out in the mountains, destroying buildings out there, but out of the waterfalls came Snow Godzilla, and he rams into Behemoth. Godzilla then breaths away Behemoth's tusk instantly. He then throws Behemoth far away into the mountains, making a smoldering crater. He then grabs Behemoth and instantly kills him, destroying his brain. Out in the cold Arctic, Ghidorah stands, roaring in the ice, about to kill and become the false king of the kaijus. But Snow Godzilla appears. White lightning falls. All the land starts to freeze over more. He appears. Atomic breath once. Both of his wings were both incinerated instantly. Snow Godzilla then grabs one of Ghidorah's heads, throwing it onto the ground, smashing it with its foot. He then rips apart Ghidorah, killing him. He roars in victory, easily killing the Ghidorah. Mothra flies over, surprised by this Gojira's strength. She didn't think Gojira would be this strong to, kill this Ghidorah threat that was a threat to the world. If his Ghidorah roars, and as he arrives, he glows a dark purple. He crushes the remaining of the old Ghidorah, looking at Snow Godzilla. Godzilla gets there, and he sees Ghidorah dead, like blood and guts everywhere. He is terrified of Snow Godzilla about how easily he just killed Ghidorah. This Ghidorah breathes its lightning that is a dark purple on Snow Godzilla. Snow Godzilla then gets into the middle of Amethyst Ghidorah. He then charges up and goes into a form he didn't want to. Full Shimo form. Snow Godzilla in full Shimo form is Shimo's full DNA powered up in him. He charges up a full powered beam, and it cuts off all three heads and wings of the Ghidorah, Amethyst Ghidorah. Snow Godzilla roars on a mountain in victory of killing kaiju so easily. He then goes back to Hollow Earth to his precious Shimo. He lies by her, snuggling into her, ready to go to bed. But then he senses another threat about to rise again.